I think since from 40 days, not seen everyone's face. Anyway, please turn off your camera. Turn off your cameras. Right. Shiv Kumar. So shall I start class? Okay, we'll continue the demo.
ಮೈಕ್ ಬಂದ್
So we have calculated heat generated as well as heat dissipated. Now, based on that heat generated and heat dissipation, so you need to find out whether the artificial cooling is required or not. Whether the artificial cooling is required or not. So yesterday calculated heat generated is 38.151 joules per second and heat dissipation is 4.362 joules per second. Now what happens as the heat generated is more than heat dissipation? So you need artificial cooling here. You need artificial cooling. Okay? So for that one, you need to calculate what is the amount of oil or flow rate is required. Now I'll go back the data handbook. So now you need to find out the amount of flow variable here. Okay? So the amount of flow required to cool the extra heat generated. Now to calculate this one, first you need to find out amount of, that is what the difference of heat generated and heat dissipated. So now we'll go for the calculation again here. Go for calculation again. Now amount of artificial cooling required is, we'll calculate what is the flow rate afterwards. Let us go for the amount of artificial cooling required. So now this is what HA equal to Hg minus Hd. So heat generated is 38.151 151, and heat dissipated is 4.362 joules. Now we calculate the value, how much you're going to get, the difference value, and just inform me. How much difference? I think it is on 38 means 34 point 33.789, right? Okay, 33.789 joules per second. Now this much of amount of heat has to be cooled by using artificial cooling. So to maintain your bearing at a room temperature, so you must add up artificial cooling here. So next, what are the next bit? You have calculated heat dissipation, heat is generated, and amount of artificial cooling is required. You just, if you have notes, you just look out to, okay, power loss. Okay. So now power loss, so power loss again you can calculate from data and book, which is equal to what? The amount of heat generated. Power loss is equal to the amount of heat generated. So that is what you can refer equation number 15.6J, okay, of this equation. It is what? Power loss. So power loss, you can refer equation number 15.6J, okay, F W V. A calculated coefficient of friction, and you have the value of, you can use same value here, okay, it is 0.0045 into weight, okay, into velocity 1.413 meter per second. If you calculate this one, you are going to get loss of power is 38.51 joules per second. Okay. Okay. So what is the next bit? Power loss is over. Next, what else we need to calculate? Okay, minimum oil film thickness. Okay. So now to get the minimum oil film thickness, so based on the value of Sommerfeld number, okay, you can find out the minimum film thickness. Okay. So now to get that one, you just refer equation number 15.7 here. Minimum film thickness variable MFT equal to H naught by C, right? So H naught is what? At a minimum film thickness, C is a clearance. Now to get this one, you need to find out the value of bearing characteristics number here, okay, that is what S. So if you got the value of bearing characteristics number, so now with respect to that one, you just assume the angle of, it has a full journal, that is beta equal to 360. Corresponding that one, you just go for the selection of H naught by C value. Okay. So now to get this minimum film thickness, you need to find out the bearing characteristics number. That is what S. In data handbook, they have gone for S. Okay. So let us calculate bearing characteristics number. So minimum film thickness, to get this one, you need to calculate first bearing characteristics number. So refer figure number from your design data book, refer figure number 15.9. Okay. This is what figure, not a equation. Okay. So I think it is S equal to R by C square. Okay. S equal to R by C, it is a whole square, into Zn by P, okay, into 10 to the power of minus 6 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Now R by C is what? It is 1000 square. You have calculated value of absolute viscosity and you have calculated actual pressure. So now N is what? It is 1000. Okay, it is 1000. Capital N is a Z. You have calculated. P also you have calculated. So the value of phi, I think it's 6.345 megapascal. Okay. Now, what is the value of absolute viscosity? Z. If you note it in a paper, you just provide the value. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time to go back again and again. It's 0.04884. Okay. Right. Thank you. 0.04884 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Now you calculate how much you are going to get.
.69.
How much? Point
7.69.
7.69 to 10 to the power of, no, 10 to the power of, I think it
No,
not
sir.
right cancel. 10 to the power of minus. Right. I think it is 7.69 is right. Okay. Now let us refer figure here. Okay. Now let us refer figure from your data and book. Figure number 15.9. Okay. So we have some curves here. So on horizontal axis you have a S, what R by C square, Zn by P into 10 to the power of minus 6. On this side you have a H naught by C. Okay. And I got some different curves here. So now these curves are related to the bearing angle, whether it is a full journal, whether it is a half journal, okay, whether it is a 90-degree, all those things. Now you can just observe the diagram here. Okay. Now this is a diagram. Now, how much you got? You got a value as a 6.72. Okay. Now this is the value of S. I think you are going to get somewhere here. Okay. Now you just go in a vertical direction. Okay. Now the value of beta here, it is a full journal bearing. It's beta equal to 360 degree. Okay. You are going to get an intersection point over this curve. Now you just take a value of h naught by c here. H naught by c. I think you're going to get 0.859. Okay. 0.82 or 0.84. Okay. So let us notify the value is how much you got here. So you got value. Put some colors here for now you got a 7.62 here. This is what value of S. Just move here with respect to that one. Okay. Now you got an intersection point. Just take a value here. How much you got here? 0.82. 0.82. Now this value is what? H naught by C. Now to calculate the value of H naught, so H naught by C equal to 0.82. Now to get the value of H naught, 0.82 into C. So how will you get the C? C is R by C equal to 1000. Okay. Now you calculate C. C R is it is a 27 by 2. Okay. Diameter by 2. This is 1000. You'll get a value of C here. Okay. Then multiply with that one here. C. You are going to get a H naught.
0.02.
H naught. How much you got a C? 0.
0.0. H naught is equal to 0.02, 0.5.
Right? C equal to 0.0135. Okay. Now H naught
And
is
H naught is equal to
0.82 into 0.0135.
0.02.
H naught is 0.01107. Good. 0.011. This is what in terms of mm. Now minimum oil film thickness is required is 0.011 mm. Okay. Right. So next, what is the next bit? I think over. All requirements are over. Flow rate of oil, right? Now, as we calculated this bearing characteristics number, is what Summerford number EAS. Okay. Now you just go back to the okay. So you refer 15.1T to find out the flow rate. Okay. So we'll go for now calculation of flow rate. Whether audio is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now flow rate. So to calculate flow rate, you refer design data handbook. Okay. So refer figure number 15.13 here. 15.13. Okay. Already I calculated the value of S. It is 7.62. Okay. It is 7.62. Now you just look at here. It is 7.62 here. Okay. You just move in a vertical direction. Now beta equal to 360, you are going to get some value here. Okay. So now flow variable is nearly 3.02 or 3.5. Okay, 3.05. Okay. How will get? Again, you refer a diagram. On this axis you have a S. On this axis you have a flow variable. Vertical axis you have a flow variable. So again you are going to get different curves here. So now these curves are related to the value of angle, that is what to contact whether it is a full journal, partial journal. Okay. Now for 360 and for S equal to 7.62, you are going to get a flow variable as a 3.1. Okay, 3.1. So you note on flow variable equation from data handbook itself. Now flow variable equation is what? Fe equal to Q divided by RCNL. Okay, whether it is right? Okay, Q divided by RCNL. Now you got a flow variable. You have a radius, you have a clearance, you have a speed, you have a L. Okay. Now you calculate Q here. Now you calculate Q. So now the Q equal to flow variable into R into C into N into L. Now let us substitute. Flow variable is 3.1, R is 13.5, C is 0.0135, N is 1000, L is how much? It is a 31.5.
$17.7.
Just type in a chat box. I can use. One 779 into 10 to the power of 3. Okay. One 7796.7. This is what mmq per minute here. Okay. This is mmq per minute. So just check it. What is the unit here for flow variables in equations? So you have an equation for flow variable. I think it's mmq per minute is right. Okay. This is what equation number 15.8 15.8b. Right, it is 15.8b. Now what we calculated the flow rate. Okay, it is a without side leakage. It is without side leakage. Suppose if the oil is leaking on both sides of the journal, then you refer equation number 15.8c. 15.8c. So now what we calculated here? We have calculated, so assuming without side leakage here. Right? Now this is equation is what? 15.8b. If a side leakage is there, then you go for equation number 15.8c. Now for this side leakage, again you need to find out the value of KQ here. The value of KQ. KQ can be obtained from here. So now KQ is again based on B by L ratio as well as Z naught by C. You need to find out first B by L. B is what is the angle of contact with some factor. Yesterday we've seen the calculation of B from I think where you get a B equation. Yesterday we got B equal to something. I think one equation is there to calculate the value of B. B by L. We check it. I think it is there equation B by B, capital B equal to one equation is there. Anyway, just go through that equation. Anybody saying B equal to? I think it is there in a diagram. See, here is that B. Okay. To calculate the value of B, you go for 2 pi r into beta divided by 360 degree. Okay. That is what B by L here. Length in direction of motion divided by axial length. That is what a capital B. Now beta is what? It is the angle of contact. How much angle it has been contacted, whether it is a full, okay, whether it is a 90, whether it is in 120 degree, you just substitute. Okay. So you can substitute L equal to 35 and you recalculate the values. No problem. I think it's clear. You need to follow the steps here. You need to follow these steps. Okay. Now I'll go for one more problem. And I will go for one more problem here. I will write the problem. A full journal bearing (50 mm) in diameter. So in this problem, they have given all data. So now based on those data, you need to calculate. So earlier problem, they have given the what type of machine and its condition. Okay. So now it is 50 mm in diameter and 50 mm long. Operates at 1000 RPM. Okay. And carries a load of 5 kilonewton. The radial clearance is 0.025 mm. Full point. The bearing is lubricated with SAE 30 oil here. Okay. And the operating temperature of oil is 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. Assume the attitude angle is 60 degree here. Assume attitude angle is 60 degree. Okay. Now determine first bit bearing pressure, second bit Sommerfeld number, that is what S, Sommerfeld number. Okay. Third bit attitude, that is epsilon. Fourth bit minimum film thickness, so minimum film thickness. Next, heat generated, now heat dissipated, if the ambient temperature is 20 degrees Celsius and amount of artificial cooling required. And here they have clearly specified what type of equations you need to use. You use Mackey's and Peterson's equations. Okay. Okay. Now the difference between the earlier problem and this problem, here they have given all datas. No need to go for assuming any datas here. Okay, they have given all datas. So now based on those datas, you need to calculate. So let us notify first given datas here. Okay. So diameter they have given d equal to 50 mm. Okay. So now r equal to how much? It is 25 mm. So length of journal is 50 mm. And speed capital N is given, it is 1000 rpm. And the load is given W, it is 5 kilonewton. And radial clearance is given, not a diameter clearance, it is 0.025 mm. And oil type is SAE 30. Oil type is SAE 30. Oil type is SAE 30. And operating temperature of oil, that is what TO, it is 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. And angle of contact, that is attitude, it is 60 degree. Okay. And the ambient temperature TA equal to 20 degrees Celsius. Now first we'll go for the calculation of pressure. I think first question is you need to find out, first bit is you need to find out bearing pressure. So now bearing pressure P equal to small p equal to W divided by LD. W is 5 kilonewton. Okay. So L is 50, D is 50. Someone you calculate. It is 2 megapascal. 1 5 get cancels here. Okay, 1 0 1 0 get cancels here. Okay, 10 divided by 5, it is going to remains 2. Okay, first bit is over. Now I'll go for second bit. What is the second bit? You need to find out the Sommerfeld number here. So to calculate the Sommerfeld number, that is what S equal to R by C square Zn by P into 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, I'll note on first the Sommerfeld number. Okay, capital is equal to. You can refer from data and book the Sommerfeld number here. It is what equation number 15.6a. It is without side leakage, and 15.6b with side leakage here. Now let us assume it is without side leakage. Let us assume it is what? Without side leakage. So refer equation number 15 point, how much it is 16 point, or 15.6a. Now S equal to R by C square Zn by P into 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay. Now R is given, C is given, N is given, P you have calculated. Next thing is you need to find out its absolute viscosity of the oil. Okay? Absolute viscosity of the oil. Is it right? So now select the kinematic viscosity. Select the kinematic viscosity from the table as well as from the figure. Okay? Now let us go for first we will note down specific gravity of oil. At 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. So from table number, I think it is 15.1. Right. Now SAE 30 oil, it is what F, okay, 0.9263. Okay. So what is oil type here? Oil type is F. You can just notify here only. Now specific gravity rho 15 is 0.9623. Sorry, 9263. 9263. Now refer figure to get the kinematic viscosity at operating temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. Right. So now oil type is F. You need to refer this curve here. Okay. You need to refer this curve. So now operating temperature is how much? It is 80 degrees Celsius. So now how much you are going to get kinematic viscosity? Around 23 Stokes. F. Sorry, here. Around 18 centistokes. Is it right? Around 80 centistokes. 18. F. Okay. So now let us go for noted from figure number 15.3. From figure number 15.3, if I have noted kinematic viscosity 18 centistokes. Okay, 18 centistokes. Now this kinematic viscosity has to be converted in terms of meter square per second. Okay? In terms of meter square per second. So now let us calculate the kinematic viscosity Zk equal to into 10 to the power of minus 6. It is 18 into 10 to the power of minus 6, okay, meter square per second. Now I got a Zk, kinematic viscosity in terms of meter square per second. Now to get the value of absolute viscosity, okay, absolute viscosity, now you have a relation of kinematic viscosity. I'll go back to data handbook. So Zk equal to Z divided by rho into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, here. So now to calculate absolute or dynamic viscosity, so Z equal to rho into Zk, okay, rho into Zkz. So we are rewriting it for Zk here, okay. So what I get, Z divided by rho into 10 to the power of minus 3. You just look out this constant. Why need to go for 10 to the power of minus 3? You just cross verify with the unit conversion from fluid mechanics, okay, from fluid mechanics. Now let us calculate this density, sorry, the specific gravity at operating temperature. So refer data and book, you notify equation number here. So this is the equation, I think 15.1 F, okay, 15.1 F. Okay, now it is what, rho 15 minus 0.000657 into T, into T. Now let us substitute 0.9263 minus 0.000657 into 80. Now you will get a value of specific gravity at operating temperature. So someone you calculate and provide the answer, give the answer. Zero point 0.8734, right? Okay. Now let us calculate Z here. Z equal to Zk into specific gravity, okay, divided by 10 to the power of minus 3. So Zk is how much? It is 18 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Rho is 0.8734 divided by 10 to the power of minus 3. So now how much you got? This is not a 10.3, this is 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3.
Okay? 0.0157.
0.0157. Okay. Okay. Right. Now you got the absolute viscosity. Now you substitute this absolute viscosity in Sommerfeld number. Now I'll rewrite Sommerfeld number equation again here. Sommerfeld number equation. So what, R by C square Z into capital N by P into 10 to the power of minus 6. So R is 25, C is 0.025, make a square, okay. So Z is 0.01572, 1000 is RPM. So we calculated pressure as a 2 megapascal, then we calculate S here. I think this is 1000 square, okay. 10 to the power of minus 6 and 1000 square, I think you're going to get a cancel. Now 0.01572 into 10 to, sorry, 1000 divided by, okay, 7.86. It is what, Sommerfeld number, okay, Sommerfeld number. So next is we need to find out attitude. Okay. Now angle of attitude is given. Now we need to find out attitude. Okay, it is an dimensionless parameter. I think it is the third bit. Okay. Attitude. So now this equation is available in data book 1 minus h naught by c. 1 minus h naught by c. So now you need to get the h naught value, h naught by c value based on the angle of contact as well as Sommerfeld number. Okay. Attitude, it is noted with the letter epsilon here. Okay. Now we have equation, attitude equation, just check it. So here, the smallest oil film thickness when the journal is rotating, okay. H naught is there, attitude. So here equation number 15.7b, that is what eccentricity ratio, okay. 15.7b. Now we'll get the value of h naught by c here. Okay. H naught by c. So to get the value of h naught by c, you refer figure number 15.9. Okay. From figure 15.9. Okay. So for value of s equal to 7.86 and for the value of beta equal to 60 degree. Okay. Let us calculate the h naught by c, how much you are going to get. Now, as I said in previous problem, so beta value here it is 60 degree. Okay, beta value is 60 degree. Now, s equal to 7.86. Okay, now based on that one, you just select h naught by c. I think it is 0.26 or 0.27. Okay, so now h naught by c equal to 0.26. Okay, now epsilon equal to 1 minus 0.26 is how much? 0.74. Eccentricity ratio is 0.74. Okay, right. Next, you need to find out the minimum film thickness. Already noted value of h naught by c here. Okay, already have noted h naught by c. Fourth bit is what? Minimum film thickness. Right. This is what h naught by c equal to 0.26 already calculated. Now we calculate minimum film thickness. It is what? 0.26 into, see they are given, it is 0.025. So someone calculate. So how much? 25 into 25, that is a 625. Okay, I think you're going to get a 0.00, okay, 6.5, right? This is what mm. This is what mm. Let it be. Next, you need to find out heat generated. So to get the heat generated, what you need? You need coefficient of friction. You need coefficient of friction here. Now, in this case, as clearly mentioned, the value of f has to be calculated based on McKee's and Feddersen equations. McKee's and Feddersen equations. Now let us notify according to McKee's equation. So what is the coefficient of friction? Okay, so here, this is what equation number 15.4b. Equation number 15.4b, it is what McKee's and Feddersen equation. The Feddersen equation is different. Wait. So let us go for first McKee's equation. Okay, note on the formula. It is F equal to Ka Z small n P R by C into 10 to the power of minus 10 plus delta F. Equation number 15.4b. So F equal to Ka R by C, okay, Zn by P into 10 to the power of minus 10 plus delta F. Is it right? Okay. Now Ka, you need to calculate here. 541.33 into 60 here. Okay. Let us calculate Ka. Ka equal to 541.33. So angle is 60 degree here. Let us notify how much you are going to get. $32,479.8. 32,479.8. Now you got a value of K. Now in this case, speed has to be in RPS. That is what? Revolution per second. How much you will get? Speed 1000 by 60. $16.66, okay, revolution per second. Now substitute all values here. F equal to, okay, 32479.8 into R is 25, C is 0.025. Okay. Z, how much you got? You just note down. How much you got a Z? 0.0157. Okay, N is 16.66. P is 2 megapascal, okay, into 10 to the power of minus 10 plus delta F. Now in this case, delta F you can refer from figure 15.8, okay, sorry, figure number 15.5b. For L by D ratio, it is range from 0.75 to 2.8. You can have delta F equal to 0.002. Suppose if you want to cross check whether it is right or wrong, you refer figure number 15.5b. Here the 15.5b, okay. Now in this case, L by D is equal to 1. I think you are going to get a same here, 0.02. Okay, you are going to get a same 0.002. Clear? L is 50 mm, D is also 50 mm. Okay, it is a square bearing. Okay, is a square bearing. I think you are going to get here 0. Now this is what 0.0025. You are going to get a 0.002. Okay, now calculate.
4.2.
4.2 into 10 to the power of. You want to get a 4.2 here because you have a power as a 10 to the power of minus 10. Okay, 0.00242. Okay, it is not coefficient of friction. So now heat generated or power loss is you refer equation again from data and book. It is a FWV. Okay. Okay, heat generated. Okay. Equation number 15.6J. Okay. Equation number 15.6J. So now we go for heat generated. Equation number 15.6J. It's G equal to W F W into V. Now this velocity has to be in meter per second. Okay. Velocity has to be meter per second. So let us substitute. So V equal to pi dN divided by 60 into 1000. Now D is 50 mm, speed is 1000. Okay, we calculate how much you are going to get velocity. Okay, 2.6179. Okay, 2.6179 meter per second. Let us substitute. Okay, that's G equal to F is 0.00242. Weight is 5 kilonewton. Okay, and velocity is 2.6179. Now we are going to get joules per second. Okay, 31.676. Okay. So now similarly calculate heat dissipated. Okay, and you calculate the amount of artificial cooling is required. Now for heat dissipated, you have equation Kp. You have equation Kp into Ap. Use that equation. So here you can use these equations to find out the heat dissipated. Okay. Equation number 15.11c. You refer equation number 15.11c and calculate it heat dissipated. Next, you can calculate the amount of artificial cooling is required. So you just difference the amount of heat generated and amount of heat dissipated. Okay, so for heat dissipated, it is what Kp Ap into 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay. equation number 15.11c. Use it. For next bit, amount of artificial cooling weather required. So you just go for heat generated minus heat dissipated. If you got 10 positive value, then artificial cooling is required. If you got a negative value, then artificial cooling is not required. Okay. Okay, I'll stop this problem here. Now let us go for discussion. So I'll stop sharing my screen. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, if you have any questions or you have any doubts, okay, you can just raise in chat box. So everyone's speaker is on, every mic is on. You just if you have any questions or you have any queries. So my suggestion is you need to practice. And you can visualize the data as well as the solution. No questions? How to find Kp? For Kp, you just refer the equation. After equation number 15.11, 15.11 in page number 361, you have a formula to find out the Kp. You have got two Kp here, one is capital Kp, another one is small Kp. So assuming small Kp equal to 0.27 square, heavy construction, well ventilated. As you need to find out the bearing temperature here. Now oil operating temperature is given. Okay, oil operating temperature is given, ambient temperature is given. You can find out bearing temperature Tb. AP, you can just look out equation number 15.11c. So AP equal to L into D. It is there in equation. So here, further, AP equal to what? L into D into 10 to the power of minus 6. Here, you go for this equation. AP means it is a projected area. AP is projected area of the journal. Okay? Now you have one more equation here. Okay. If we need to find out the general, that means heat dissipating capacity of the journal, then you go for this equation 15.11b from journal. Okay? So from projected area, you can use this equation, right? I think you are going to get the same answer, fairly same answer. Okay, no problems. No questions. Okay, I'll go for. Shall we need theory class as online, or we will just need video only? Hey, quickly give the answers. Tomorrow I'm going to start the ball and roller bearings. A difference between ball air automobile oil SA20 and now I think all this is based on viscosity and operating temperature as well as application. So for lubrication purpose, you may get some SA 20, 30, 40. Whether it is going to be used for mixing with the petrol, example, whether it's going to use directly for lubrication. So based on those things, you are going to get a different graded oils. For that one, you just refer a website, Society of Automotive Engineers. You get the full details there. For theory portion, whether you need an online class or it is to be loaded in a YouTube. Okay, today I'll upload the YouTube video on ball and roller bearings. Okay, tomorrow we'll go for a problem on ball and roller bearings.